There's a special kind of excitement that fills the room when Broadway meets trivia. Bright lights, familiar music, and that unmistakable Jeopardy board waiting to be uncovered. On this round, the category itself already feels like a celebration. Broadway musicals by opening number 4, theater lovers. This is more than a game. It's a test of memory, instinct, and the magic of first moments. Because on Broadway, an opening number does more than start a show. It introduces a world. It sets the rules. And sometimes, it tells you exactly how the night is going to feel. The first clue appears: Broadway musicals for $200. A simple phrase lights up the board. Food. Glorious food. And just like that, the melody is already playing in your head. The words bounce with joy and hunger at the same time. It's playful, it's rhythmic. It belongs to a group of young voices dreaming of something better. Alex doesn't hesitate. What is Oliver? That's right, the opening number of Oliver doesn't ease you in quietly. It bursts forward, full of energy and appetite, introducing both the harshness and hope of its world in one unforgettable song. You can almost see the crowded dining hall, hear the clatter of bowls, feel the boldness of children daring to ask for more. A strong start, but this category is just warming up. The board flips again. Broadway musicals for $400. This time, the clue paints a picture instead of quoting a lyric. At the Delta New Sorority House. Oh my God, you guys. Before the sentence even finishes, a wave of pink floods the imagination. High energy, fast talking, perfectly synchronized excitement. This opening number doesn't whisper, it shouts its identity. Alex rings in. What is Legally Blonde? Correct again? The opening of Legally Blonde is iconic for a reason. It pulls the audience into a hyper-polished world of confidence and celebration, while quietly setting up the contrast that will drive the story forward. It's joyful on the surface, but purposeful underneath. 2 clues down, 2 instant recognitions, and already, something becomes clear. This category isn't just about knowing Broadway, it's about remembering how each story begins and why those beginnings matter. But the difficulty is about to climb. The board reveals the next challenge. $600. The clue is short and it's all about atmosphere. A tourist asks for directions to the subway as the sun rises on a block in Washington Heights. Instantly, the rhythm changes. It's not the explosive joy of the last two. This one is different. You can feel the city waking up, the sound of storefront gates rolling open, the smell of coffee, the blend of languages, a community coming to life. This opening number is a tapestry, weaving together dozens of individual stories into one collective heartbeat. Alex seems to pause for just a moment, gathering the pieces, the feeling, the place, the sound. He buzzes in. What is In the Heights, correct? That opening, also titled In the Heights, is a masterclass in world building. It's a symphony of everyday life that introduces us to every key character and their dreams, all before the main plot even kicks in. It's a celebration and a statement all at once. 343. The audience is hooked. But now we're moving into the high-stakes part of the board. $800. The clue that appears is just a single, powerful line. Alexander Jamutin, and that's it. Just the name. But what a name. The music that accompanies those words in our minds is revolutionary. It's a declaration. It's history, but it's also brand new. It's the sound of a story that refuses to be forgotten, told with a rhythm and intensity that changed Broadway forever. Alex's hand is on the buzzer before the clue is even fully read. What is Hamilton, of course? There was no other answer. The opening of Hamilton is so iconic, so immediate, that the name itself is the only clue you need. It tells you everything about ambition, legacy, and the man at the center of the storm. The game is flying by. The final clue in the category is now revealed. $1,000. The board is stark. Welcome to the Rock. This one is more subtle. It doesn't have the instant familiarity of Hamilton or the explosive energy of Legally Blonde. Instead, it creates a sense of place. It's grounded. It's welcoming. But there's an isolation to it. It makes you think of a small town, a tight-knit community on the edge of the world. And then the story comes rushing back. A story of thousands of people, grounded in a place they never expected to be. A story of kindness and confusion in the wake of tragedy. Alex rings in one last time, his voice confident. What has come from away? And that's a clean sweep. The opening of Come From Away perfectly sets the stage for a musical that's unlike any other. It introduces you to the place before it introduces you to the crisis, making you feel like part of the community from the very first minute. 5 clues. 5 iconic openings. 5 perfect answers. This wasn't just a trivia round. It was a tour through the power of a first impression. From a London workhouse to a sorority house, from Washington Heights to the island of Newfoundland, each opening number is a world in a bottle. Thanks so much for watching. Which opening numbers would you have gotten right? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of theater. $1,000 in the Broadway musicals category. The highest value on the board always carries this incredible sense of suspense. The clue doesn't rush. It unfolds carefully. Overture, followed by the fish slapping song, For a moment there's a pause, then recognition hits. This isn't a traditional opening, is it? It's absurd, over-the-top, intentionally ridiculous. A musical that announces itself with confidence and comedy right from the very first note. Alex answers, the opening to Spamalot. That's exactly right. Spamalot doesn't just start, it declares its tone. The overture sets the stage, and the chaos that follows makes one thing clear. This show plays by its own rules. It's playful, self-aware, and completely unafraid to lean into the ridiculous. And that, truly, is the brilliance of a great opening number. It doesn't just introduce characters, it introduces attitude. The category continues. Broadway musicals for $800. The clue appears in two parts, almost like a title card before a show within a show. Opening night, the king of Broadway. This one requires a different kind of memory. Not just melody, but structure. Not just lyrics, but the show's entire legacy. Ashley rings in what is the producers. It is the opening of the producers is a masterclass in setup. It frames the story, the ambition, and the biting humor all at once. By the time that song ends, the audience knows exactly what kind of ride they are on. You can almost feel the theater energy rise as the board fills with correct responses. Each answer unlocks a different era of Broadway, a different style, a different promise. But there's still one more clue left in this category, and it brings everything full circle. Broadway musicals for $600. The clue offers a TWEM stump opening in 2000. Oh, the things you can think. It's whimsical, it's curious, and it's so unmistakably tied to a world of pure imagination. Alex responds, what is Seussical? Yes. Seussical opens with wonder. It invites the audience to think bigger, brighter, and certainly stranger. It's an opening number designed not just to entertain, but to truly awaken curiosity, especially in the young and the young at heart. With that, the category is complete. Every clue answered. Every opening number recognized. And in just a few short moments, the game has traveled across decades of Broadway history, from classic adaptations to modern comedy, from literary roots to pop culture phenomena. But beyond the fun trivia, something else stands out, something powerful. These opening numbers endure because they do something fundamental to storytelling. They make you listen, they make you lean forward, they make you want to stay. And that's not just good theater, that is absolutely great storytelling. What's your favorite Broadway opening number that instantly hooks you? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the theater world. Thanks for watching. There's a reason opening numbers are so often remembered long after the curtain falls. They carry an immense weight of responsibility. In just a few minutes, the curtain rises and they must introduce a setting, establish the emotional tone, hint at the inevitable conflict, and most importantly, invite the audience into a shared, temporary world. When these openings are done well, they become absolutely inseparable from the show itself. Think about it for a moment. When you hear the first powerful notes of food, glorious food, you don't just hear music. You instantly recall the image of Oliver and the other boys in that cold workhouse, remembering the feeling of desperate hunger, the tiny spark of hope, and the incredible, almost painful resilience of children trapped in a harsh world. And then there are the openings that shatter the norm. Setting the stage for organized chaos. That, in essence, is the devastating power of a perfect first impression. Jeopardy manages to distill that exact same power into a single high-stakes category. And the contestants are asked to reach deep into their memory, not just for isolated facts about the production, but for the feelings and the deep connections those openings created. This type of category works so successfully because Broadway openings are specifically engineered to stay with us. They are built to linger in the memory long after the stage lights dim, and watching them recognized, one by one, clue after clue, feels like flipping through a pristine highlight reel of musical theater history itself. The pace of the game is always moving quickly. It's television. After all buts, the impact of each correct answer seems to linger just a fraction of a second longer than a normal category. That pause, that slight echo, is part of the magic. And as the category wraps, there's a quiet, deep satisfaction in seeing every single square cleared. A perfect run. No hesitation, no stumbles. Just knowledge, timing, and a very clear, deep appreciation for the art form. But the moment doesn't truly end there. The long-forgotten songs start replaying unprompted in our heads, and maybe, just maybe, you feel that sudden, undeniable urge to revisit a favorite original cast recording, or even book tickets to see a beloved show again. That is the hidden, lasting power of trivia like this. It uses the game as a framework, but its true purpose is to remind us why these powerful stories and those unforgettable opening notes mattered to us in the first place. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments which Broadway opening you think is the absolute best. Subscribe for more deep dives into the world of theater and memory. You know, sometimes you can almost hear the applause that follows a perfect opening in a theater. And I don't mean just polite clapping. I mean that immediate, visceral reaction when the audience knows, instantly, that they are in good hands. They settle in, because a strong opening number, whether it's on a stage, in a movie, or even in a classic TV show, it builds trust. It says, stay with us. This story, this experience, is worth every single moment of your time. Now, Jeopardy rarely slows down long enough for us to reflect on anything deep or meta. It's all speed and precision. But when a category appears that is universally resonant, like this one about iconic opening numbers, it silently invites viewers to do exactly that, to pause, to appreciate just how much storytelling, how much emotion, and how much cultural weight can be packed into a single, perfectly crafted song or sequence. And that's why this particular category feels genuinely special, different from the usual trivia fare. It's not really about obscure facts or tricky wordplay that only the hyper-elite can answer. It's about recognition. It's about connection. It's about shared cultural moments that we all experience, maybe decades apart, but together. Each correct response in this type of category feels earned, not just because the contestant got the answer right, but because that response resonates deeply with millions of people watching at home. When we watch the board clear during a session like this, there's a genuine sense of completion. A small, perfect arc of its own, a beginning, a middle, and an end, just like a fantastic musical or play. And then, as always, the show moves on. But before it does, there's that one final, gentle reminder, right? The familiar line. Don't want to miss a moment of Jeopardy. It's such a simple phrase. It's familiar. It's comforting. It's a signal that the experience continues, episode after episode, category after category. And just like any great opening number in theater, that closing line is an invitation. It's asking you to keep watching, to stay engaged, and to come back for more tomorrow. But what makes an opening number, or an opening moment, truly indelible? It's not just the music or the staging. It's the instant establishment of tone. Think about the iconic theme from The Simpsons, for example. From the chaotic couch gag to the speed of the camera movements, it tells you everything you need to know about the show's energy in under a minute. Or the opening brass blast of Star Wars. You hear those few notes, and immediately you understand the epic scale of the adventure you're about to witness. That is the power of a perfect opening. It's efficient, it's evocative, and it's instantly memorable. The difference between a good story and a great one often lies right there, in the execution of that initial entry point. If the audience isn't hooked immediately, if they don't trust the storyteller within those first few minutes, they check out. And in today's hypersaturated media landscape, where attention spans are measured in seconds, the importance of the opening has only grown exponentially. For us content creators, this translates directly to our hook, that critical first few seconds of any video. If we don't capture trust and curiosity immediately, the algorithm moves on, and so does the viewer. It says the constant challenge. How do you deliver a compelling promise that the content is worth 5 minutes of their life? We're all trying to write our own version of that show-stopping opening number every single time we hit upload. But returning to Jeopardy, it provides this beautiful meta-narrative about consistency. Every night, the structure is the same, but the content is endlessly varied. The opening, the core premise, is rock solid. That reliability, that foundation of trust, allows the producers the freedom to play with specific categories, like the one that sparked this whole thought process, because they know the audience is already fully bought in. So the lesson here, whether you're a trivia contestant, a content creator, or just someone appreciating art, is that precision in the beginning pays dividends later. The work you put into that immediate moment of introduction, the crispness, the clarity, the compelling promise is what dictates the success of the entire performance. Think about your favorite musical. Can you hum the opening number right now? I bet you can. That's not a coincidence. It was designed that way. And that lasting impression, that immediate sense of joy or intrigue, is the magic we're all chasing. It makes us want to lean in, stay with the story, and ultimately, come back for the next act. What's your favorite opening number or TV theme song of all time? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you appreciate this kind of deep dive into media and storytelling, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. There are some things that just stick with you. A song lyric, a movie quote, or for us theater lovers, that one iconic opening line from a Broadway show is like a secret password, isn't it? You hear it, and instantly you're transported. The lights dim, the overture swells, and you're right back in that plush velvet seat. Today, we're diving headfirst into that magic. We're going to play a little game, a test of your Broadway knowledge. I'll give you the opening line, and you see if you can name the musical. Ready to see how much of a theater nerd you really are? Let's get started.
Okay, first up, Good Morning Baltimore.
A burst of pure, unadulterated optimism to kick things off. If you're picturing vibrant colors, beehive hairdos, and a whole lot of dancing, you're on the right track. This line is the energetic hello from Tracy Turnblad in The One and Only Hairspray. It's a line that perfectly captures the show's spirit of joy and determination. Did you get it? I bet a lot of you did. It's a classic for a reason. Let's try another one, a bit more dramatic. I dreamed a dream in time gone by. Chills, right? Just for words, and you can already feel the heartbreak. This is, of course, the gut-wrenching opening to one of the most famous songs from Les Miserables, sung by the tragic Fantine. It sets a tone of despair and longing that echoes throughout the entire epic story. It's amazing how a single line can carry so much emotional weight. It's not just the start of a song. It's the start of a journey into poverty, sacrifice, and the search for redemption in 19th century France. Alright, shifting gears completely. How about this one? How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, any bells ringing? It's a line that breaks all the rules and announces the arrival of a revolutionary new kind of musical. If you shouted Hamilton at your screen, you are not throwing away your shot. This is Aaron Burr's iconic opening, setting the stage for the whirlwind story of Alexander Hamilton. Lin-Manuel Miranda's genius is right there in that first question, grabbing you by the collar and demanding your attention. It's a bold, unforgettable start to a show that changed Broadway forever. Okay, time for a journey to a land of green. It's good to see me, isn't it? The sheer confidence, the attitude. This line could only be delivered by one person. The fabulously popular Glinda making her grand entrance in a bubble. Yes, we're in the merry old land of Oz with the musical phenomenon wickedness. Opening line immediately establishes her character bubbly, a little bit self-absorbed, but ultimately beloved. It's the perfect counterpoint to the misunderstood elf, and it's the start of a story about friendship, perspective, and defying gravity. Let's do one more. This one is simple, almost mysterious. Tonight, tonight. This repeated phrase, sung with such yearning and anticipation, is the beautiful, haunting opening to a pivotal scene in West Side Story. It's the sound of two young lovers, Tony and Maria, dreaming of a world where they can just be together, away from the conflict of their rival gangs. It's a line filled with hope and romance, but also shadowed by the tragedy we know is coming. It's a testament to how powerful simplicity can be in storytelling. So, how did you do? 5 for 5? 3 for 5? Even if you only got one, that's the beauty of it. Each of these lines is a key that unlocks a whole world of music, story, and emotion. If moments like this remind you why you love the game or why Broadway still holds a special place in your heart, there's an easy way to stay connected. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Follow along on our social media where we share even more content like this. Because whether it's trivia, theater history, or the simple joy of recognition, there's always another moment waiting just around the corner. And sometimes, all it takes is a single opening line to bring it all rushing back. Thanks for playing along today, and I'll see you in the next video. What makes an opening number truly unforgettable isn't just the melody or the lyrics, it's the intention. Every single musical we celebrate in this category made a deliberate, calculated choice about how to begin. They didn't open cautiously, they didn't open vaguely, they opened with absolute clarity, and each one says, in its own distinctive way, this is exactly who we are. This is the contract we're signing with you, the audience, tonight. Consider Oliver. Its opening is a profound statement of hunger, literal, physical, and emotional. Before the audience even meets the full cast or understands the deeper narrative stakes, you feel the struggle. You understand the deprivation immediately. That opening number doesn't just introduce characters. It establishes stakes, danger, and environment. Now, contrast that with Legally Blonde. That show explodes with a confidence so loud, so bright, it's almost overwhelming. That is not an accident. The entire point of that opening is to make the audience feel the surface-level perfection, the seemingly flawless facade of Elwood's world, before the musical slowly, carefully, peels back those layers to find the intelligence and heart beneath. The opening is the definition of the world we are about to critique and celebrate. Then there's Spamalot. The very first choice the show makes is humor. By choosing comedy and irreverence first, it immediately tells you not to take anything that follows too seriously, including the story itself, the theatrical medium, and perhaps even the seriousness of the legends it's lampooning. It sets a tone of joyous anarchy. In sharp contrast stands the producers. Its opening number is a glorious, gaudy explosion of ambition and excess. It sets up themes of greed, satire, and spectacle in one sweeping introduction, immediately immersing you in a world where bigger means better, and manipulation is simply business. The energy itself tells you this is a show about performance and delusion. Finally, we look at Supsicle. The opening sequence is imagination made manifest. It is boundless, curious, and intentionally childlike. By opening this way, the show reminds the audience that wonder is the fundamental point of the entire endeavor, a celebration of storytelling and the power of believing. The brilliance of a Jeopardy category like this is that it compresses decades of creative decision-making, meticulous rehearsal, and intense refinement into a few seconds per clue. Yet, behind each correct response lies the history of why that specific opening worked. Categories like these resonate so deeply beyond the game because they celebrate craftsmanship. They remind us, whether we are on a Broadway stage, performing on television, or just starting a new chapter in our own lives, that the beginning matters. The intention behind the start, that first deliberate choice, defines everything that follows. It reminds us that beginnings are not just introductions, they are promises. If you enjoyed diving into the mechanics of storytelling and design, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. You know, there's something so deeply satisfying about recognition. It's that instant click, that light bulb moment when just a single phrase unlocks an entire song in your mind. It's when you don't just know the answer, you feel it, right in your gut. The game show Jeopardy is built on that very feeling. And the world of Broadway, well, Broadway thrives on creating those unforgettable moments. The overlap between these two worlds is rare, but when it happens, it's absolutely electric. You can just picture it, right? Viewers at home, playing along from their couches, shouting the answers at the screen, a huge smile on their face when they get it right. It's a shared victory. Or maybe they pause for a second longer, replaying that clue in their head, digging through the archives of their memory. And here's the beautiful part. Even if they don't know the answer, the clue still works its magic. It sparks curiosity. It gently nudges you to explore something new. Maybe you look up the song later that evening. Maybe you pull up the original cast recording on your phone and get lost in it all over again. If that opening number fails to grab you, the audience disengages. They start checking their watch. It's like a time machine made of music and memory. Let's break down some of these iconic lines. Tego, what a beautiful morning. It's not just the start of a song, it's the dawn of a new era in musical theater. It's Rodgers and Hammerstein telling us, settle in, we're going to tell you a story differently. It's calm, it's pastoral, it's completely unexpected for a Broadway opening. It establishes a mood, a character, and an entire world before the plot even really kicks in. When you hear that line, you don't just hear the melody. You see the golden haze on the meadow. You feel the optimism. It is a masterclass in setting the stage with just a few simple words and a gentle tune. Now let's switch gears completely. Tradition. That one word, belted out, is explosive. It's the sound of an entire community, a whole culture, laid bare in a single declaration. In Fiddler on the Roof, Tevi isn't just singing a song, he's explaining the very foundation of his world, the rules that hold everything together, and the forces that are about to tear it all apart. It's a powerful thesis statement for the entire show. The choreography, the staging, the harmony, it all reinforces this central theme. It's so potent that the word tradition has almost become shorthand for the struggle between the old ways and the new. It's an anchor for the whole story. And how about this one? Good Morning Baltimore. It bursts onto the stage with an infectious, unstoppable energy. Tracy Turnblad wakes up, and she doesn't just see another day. She sees a world of possibility. It's pure, unadulterated joy and ambition packed into a pop-infused Broadway number. The song tells you everything you need to know about her character. She's an outsider, she's a dreamer. Each of these opening numbers did its job perfectly. They're rewoven into the fabric of pop culture so deeply that they can pop up in a game show clue and millions of people instantly get it. That's the magic of Broadway. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of theater.